Whispers of History. I am Jennifer. Let the 528 Hz frequency embrace you.
The call from the universe and the mysterious test. Have you ever wondered why, at the exact moment you resolve to change your life, just as you start thinking positively and aiming for a prosperous future, all of a sudden, the worst things come crashing down on you at once? Work unexpectedly derails, money slips away, and nameless troubles surround you out of nowhere. Stop for a moment. Do not rush to blame destiny, and do not think the universe is abandoning you. The truth is quite the opposite. Tonight, Jennifer will reveal a supreme secret of energy flow. You are not experiencing bad luck. You are simply stepping into the final test of the universe before ascending to the throne of your grand destiny. Relax your body. Listen to this 528 Hz frequency and unlock the truth with me. Welcome back to Jennifer. Cosmic stories and 528 Hz healing sounds, a peaceful sanctuary for souls seeking awakening and healing. I know that to be here right now you have had to set aside so much clutter, fatigue, and even the wounds of today. Thank you for choosing to spend this sacred time sitting here with me, listening to the whispers of the universe. Let the pure vibrations of 528 Hz, the frequency of love and DNA transformation, embrace your mind and soothe the turbulent waves of the outside world. My dear friend, has your life been unfolding according to a highly challenging script lately? Perhaps you have just attended a self-development course, just started practicing gratitude, or just written down grand goals of wealth and happiness in your journal. You are filled with hope. But then only a few days later, reality slaps you in the face with freezing cold water. Your car suddenly breaks down. A loyal client abruptly cancels a contract without reason. Loved ones around you suddenly criticize you, or you yourself fall into a state of utter exhaustion and emptiness. What is our first and most instinctive human reaction when falling into such circumstances? It is resentment. We look up at the sky and ask, why? Why have I tried so hard to live a good life? Why have I put effort into shifting my consciousness, meditated, and sent out positive energy? Yet the universe treats me so unfairly. Is the law of attraction a lie? Is my destiny meant to stay down forever? If those questions are running through your mind, tonight, I want you to take a deep breath in, exhale very slowly, and smile. Because I'm here to tell you a supreme truth that very few people out there understand. Those troubles are not a punishment. They are a code. They are the sign that you have made it onto the universe's promotion list. In his classic book, Meditations, the famous philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius once engraved a timeless quote: "Fire tests gold, adversity tests brave men." From the perspective of quantum physics and spiritual energy, everything in this world is a vibration. Poverty has its frequency, wealth has its frequency, suffering has its own frequency, and prosperity and ultimate happiness possess an extremely high frequency. When you decide to change your life, it means you want to shift your entire being from a low-frequency timeline to a much higher one. But ponder this: you cannot use an old, cracked ceramic jar to hold pure nectar. You cannot carry a mind full of fear and a body harboring too much energetic waste from the past into the palace of prosperity. Before the universe grants you the power, wealth, and freedom of a monarch, it is forced to put your energy structure through a harsh crucible. It must shake you, forcing energetic toxins, limiting beliefs, and the ghosts of the past to rise to the surface for a radical purification. What you are going through is precisely that alchemy phase. The universe is conducting 3 hidden tests, including the law of friction, the law of reflection, and the law of the time lag. These are natural filters designed to eliminate the 99% of people who only say they want to change, but keep their old mindset intact within. Only the 1% of resilient souls who recognize this energy game and maintain absolute calmness and stillness amidst the storm can reach the finish line. And when they cross it, the gates of grand destiny will swing wide open, bringing them massive resources that they could never have dreamed of before. Our journey tonight is not a dry theoretical lecture. It is a deep dive into consciousness, where you and I will peel back each hidden law together. I will help you recognize the traps set by the universe, understand the profound purpose behind every challenge, and most importantly, I will hand you the energetic key to pass these tests with ultimate ease and grace. If you are ready to transform, if you are ready to prove to the universe that your soul is fully worthy of the kingdom of prosperity, then continue to keep your mind completely still. We will begin to unfold the first chapter right now. The law of friction, where chaos begins to reign at the threshold of awaken. Chapter 1. The law of friction, chaos before the threshold of awakening. Imagine sitting inside the cockpit of a massive jet airliner. The aircraft begins to accelerate down the runway, its velocity gathering speed second by second. And then, at the exact split second before the landing gear lifts off the ground to soar into the deep blue sky, the entire fuselage suddenly experiences a violent, breathtaking shudder. The engines roar at maximum capacity, and the fierce resistance of the wind slams against the cockpit glass. This is the moment of greatest pressure, the moment of ultimate chaos. Yet, this chaos is no accident. It is the sole indicator that the aircraft is about to rip through gravity to fly freely above the clouds. Your being is exactly the same. The law of friction is the universe's very first stress test, a phase where the material world around you suddenly destabilizes, right before the threshold of your great destiny. 1. The metaphysical concept of the law of friction, shaking the frequency. When you make a monumental decision in your life, whether it is leaving a toxic job to start your own business, practicing gratitude, or vowing to shift your consciousness from scarcity to prosperity, what do you think happens next? Our naive minds often paint a smooth path where everyone applauds, money flows automatically, and good luck smiles instantly. However, energetic reality operates in a completely different manner. The moment you transmit the signal of change, the universe will hurl a sequence of chaotic, disruptive, and high-pressure events into your life. This phenomenon is known as the law of friction, or the resistance of the old reality. From the standpoint of quantum physics, your body, your mindset, and your current life circumstances are not fixed entities. They are a complex matrix of energy particles vibrating at a specific frequency. Scarcity, poverty, and anxiety vibrate at a very low, heavy frequency, resembling thick, stagnant mud. Prosperity, freedom, and bliss possess an exceptionally high frequency. Light, fluid, and luminous. For many years, you have existed within a low-frequency timeline. Habitual procrastination, a fear-based mentality, and toxic relationships have formed an energetic gravity deeply rooted in your being. When you desire to shift into a prosperous timeline, you are attempting to propel your entire energetic structure up into a significantly higher realm. The very moment this shift takes place, your evolving self collides directly with the protective barrier of your old reality. This collision generates friction. In the physical world, this energetic friction manifests as troubles, fractures, and chaos. Therefore, friction is not a sign of failure. Friction is mechanical proof that you're actively moving and breaking free from your old cocoon. 2. The true nature of the hidden tests of friction. The universe does not test you with theoretical questions on paper. It tests you with real-world situations, striking directly at your finances, your career, and your material security. The test of friction typically reveals itself through 4 common archetypes. 1. Unexpected expenses falling out of the blue. This is the most classic trap of the law of friction. Just as you have accumulated a modest savings or written down your financial strategy for the future, with absolute hope, a cascade of financial emergencies abruptly arises. Your daily commuter vehicle breaks down, demanding heavy repair costs. Your home unexpectedly leaks. A family member suddenly falls ill, requiring your financial assistance, or you receive penalty invoices and long overdue taxes that are suddenly collected. This amount of money usually equals or even exceeds what you have just saved. It leaves you feeling hollow, disoriented, and thinking, why is it that the more I try to save and achieve wealth, the more money slips away? 2. Sudden disruptions in professional relationships. You hold a job that seems stable, or you are running a business venture quite smoothly. The moment you resolve to elevate yourself to reach higher revenue milestones, anomalous incidents begin to occur. A VIP client, the primary revenue source of your company, abruptly cancels a contract without a valid reason. A core team member, the person you trust most, suddenly resigns to join your competitor. Supply chains fracture, prices skyrocket, or shipments are detained at customs. Every gear in your professional machine seems to strike simultaneously, painting a bleak and stagnant picture. 3. Simultaneous failure of technological devices and material goods. Have you ever experienced days when all the electronics in your house seem to go on strike together? Your laptop, your essential tool for making money, suddenly loses power, erasing all unsaved data. Your mobile phone screen shatters. The internet connection drops repeatedly during critical meetings. Even minor fixtures like light bulbs and water faucets suddenly malfunction. From an energetic perspective, when your internal frequency is undergoing intense calibration to upgrade, your aura emits powerful diffractive waves. Electronic devices, highly sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies, are the first objects to be affected and fail. Yet humanity fails to perceive this. We often only see bad luck and frustration. 4. Resistance and skepticism from those closest to you. When you begin to alter your lifestyle, reading more books, attending developmental courses, or practicing meditation, the first people to drag you back down are often those you love most. Parents, spouses, siblings, or lifelong friends. Reality checks show that they will not congratulate you. Instead, they look at you with suspicion, casting mockery. Are you delusional lately? Have you been scammed by a multi-level marketing scheme? Focus on reality. Stop daydreaming. The solitude of not being understood by those closest to you is a brutal form of mental friction, causing many to falter and retreat to their old life, just to be accepted by the crowd. 3. The metaphorical story, the charcoal and the diamond of the universe. To help you clearly understand why the universe creates this friction, Jennifer wishes to share the story of two objects with identical chemical DNA but entirely different destinies. Charcoal and diamond. Deep within the dark earth, both charcoal and diamond begin as ordinary carbon elements, black, coarse, and valueless. They lie beside each other, remaining dormant for millions of years. One day, massive geological shifts occur. The earth trembles and molten magma floods in, creating immense pressure and extreme temperatures that scorch everything in sight. This phase represents the natural law of friction. The first group of carbon, the charcoal pieces, upon feeling the rising heat and crushing pressure, begins to complain and resent. They resist, trying to maintain their loose, weak, old structure to avoid pain. Unable to withstand the pressure, their molecular bonds shatter. They remain forever in the form of black, fragile coal lumps, worth only pennies, and are ultimately burned to ash. Conversely, the second group of carbon, the future diamonds, makes a different choice. As thousands of pounds of pressure compress them and the scorching heat envelops them, they do not resist, nor do they complain. They understand this is their singular opportunity to restructure. They utilize that very pressure of the earth to compress their carbon atoms closer together, forming a highly rigid, three-dimensional crystalline lattice. They embrace the pressure, converting friction into momentum to rearrange their essence. As a result, after passing through the crucible of Mother Earth, they emerge into the world as radiant, transparent diamonds of absolute hardness that no force can break, becoming the most precious gems set upon the crowns of monarchs. Your current hardships are the pressure of the earth. Do you wish to be a fragile piece of charcoal, or do you choose to become an eternal diamond of the universe? The decision rests entirely upon how you react to this friction. 4. The profound purpose behind the universe's game of friction. The universe is a compassionate creator. It never generates suffering merely for amusement. Every friction that appears in your life serves 3 supreme purposes. 1. The durability test of energetic capacity and willpower. As Jennifer shared in the introduction, prosperity and grand destiny carry immense energetic weight. If the universe bestows vast wealth or a high position upon an individual with a weak internal foundation, that person will instantly be destroyed. They may become arrogant, fall into vice, or become so mentally stressed that they lose their sanity. The law of friction acts like a stress test performed by engineers before opening a bridge. The universe needs to know, what is your maximum load capacity? Do you collapse easily over a few broken tires, a few bills, or a few criticisms? If you navigate these small impacts with a steadfast posture, only then will the universe confidently authorize the release of greater responsibilities and resources to you. 2. Forcing old energetic toxins to rise for purification. Throughout years of living in lack and anxiety, you have accumulated countless energetic toxins within your spiritual body. A stingy mindset, pettiness, the habit of blaming circumstances, and the limiting belief that I can never be wealthy. When the universe compresses a friction event into your life, such. 5. The energetic key to breaking the power of friction. Most people fail the law of friction because they choose resistance. They scream, they weep, and they utilize negative energy to combat negative circumstances. Yet, according to the laws of physics, friction only occurs when there is resistance between 2 surfaces moving in opposite directions. If one surface completely relaxes and flows with the other, friction drops to 0. The supreme secret to conquering this chapter is not warfare, but the art of energetic surfing. Practice these 4 steps. Step 1. Shift your vocabulary. Transform your posture. The exact moment a crisis occurs, losing money or a broken device, instantly halt the habit of complaining. Never ask, "Why am I so unlucky?" That phrase instantly locks you into a victim mentality. Take a deep breath, smile, and pivot your vocabulary. I see. This is the universe's test number 1. The appearance of friction proves my jet is about to take off. This is a minor matter. Everything happening is serving my highest good. When you declare this with conviction, you stand a head taller than your circumstances. You are no longer pulled down by them. Step 2. Practice the cosmic tax mindset when encountering an unexpected expense beyond your control. Instead of grieving, feeling regret, and punishing yourself for days, view that money as an upgrade tax paid to the universe. Place your hand upon your heart. Visualize that cash flow moving outward to assist someone else. The mechanic who now has money to feed his children, the doctor gaining income, and release a thought of gratitude. Thank you, money, for departing to shoulder greater risks on my behalf. I am a pipeline of prosperous energy. Money leaves only to return to me 100-fold, 1,000-fold. When you spend money with such a grand and wealthy posture, you completely dismantle the universe's trap. The universe notes that your energetic vessel is truly vast and it will flood wealth back into your account. Step 3. Maintain the 0-point state amidst the storm. The wealthy are not those whose lives are permanently smooth. The wealthy are those who possess the ability to maintain composure, refusing to let external fluctuations disrupt their inner world. Spiritual science calls this the 0-point state. when everything around you is chaotic. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes a day to turn on these 528 Hz healing frequencies. Sit with a straight spine and focus entirely on your breath. Observe the external chaos as if you are sitting safely inside a glass greenhouse, watching a downpour lash the courtyard. The rain may be heavy, it may drench all things, but it cannot touch the dry, peaceful self within you. Your absolute calmness is the ultimate weapon that dissolves all friction. Step 4. Steadfastly execute your new blueprint. The primary motive of friction is to discourage you and force you back onto the old path. If you abandon your passion due to family opposition, or if you return to a mundane job due to a few minor setbacks, you have officially lost. Your task is to persist, forging ahead silently like an old elephant moving through a dense jungle. Regardless of the sharp thorns of friction scratching its skin, regardless of the chaotic chatter of wildlife around it, the elephant remains fully aware that its destination is the river of fresh water. Continue to discipline yourself, continue to practice gratitude, and continue to work intelligently. When the universe witnesses that no amount of friction can sway your alignment, it will automatically withdraw the test. 6. The role of the 528 Hz frequency in dissolving material friction. There is a physiological reality that when you face the pressures of financial strain or compounding troubles, your biological body automatically tenses up. The muscles in your shoulders, neck, and chest constrict, blocking the flow of your energy centers, specifically the heart chakra, anahata, and the solar plexus chakra, manipura, which governs self-confidence and the capacity to attract abundance. The 528 Hz frequency you are listening to is the golden key to unlock this physical tension. Known for its capacity to resonate deeply with the cellular core, the 528 Hz sound wave creates microscopic vibrations, gently massaging and relaxing stressed muscle tissues. Once your muscles relax, your nervous system shifts from a state of fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system, to a state of rest and digest, parasympathetic nervous system. In this state, your intellect becomes extraordinarily lucid. You will no longer make erroneous decisions in moments of panic. You see clearly through the nature of troubles, discovering intelligent solutions with absolute ease. The 528 Hz frequency acts like a spiritual lubricant poured into the gears of your life, minimizing the destructive force of friction and returning you to perfect equilibrium.